Just double check and make sure camera's okay. Just double check and make sure. Alright, it looks good. A little bit far away. Let me see if I can actually bring it a little bit closer to me. Actually, that should be better. It's a little more down so you guys can see me a little bit better. I don't really like it down that far. Let's move it back up to where it originally was. Alright, subscribers, everyone who's checked out my channel, this is the kind of video where I just really don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing, but based on the title, this is sort of really a kind of a channel update slash discussion, life update in a way. So you guys will probably notice that my setup is a little bit different, and the reason for that is because I no longer live in Lubbock, Texas. I moved to Amarillo, now going on about a month, because I accepted a brand new job at the CBS news station here in Amarillo. It's my first job in TV news. That's really why I've been off YouTube for a month, because I've really been focusing on the new job. I've obviously been handling a lot of paperwork. There's a lot of other stuff that comes with, you know, trying to ease into a new job and understand things, so you really don't have downtime. But now I finally do have some downtime. Mondays and Tuesdays are my days off. This is my last day off until I got to go back to work for basically a new week tomorrow. So I want to go ahead and actually, so I just wanted to basically kind of give a life update and just talk about some stuff that's going on. I guess I didn't really need to do a live stream about this, but I really kind of wanted to discuss it while also playing some Madden at the same time, just because I feel like that would just be a little bit more interesting, because I know that's what I really just do mostly on this channel. And if you see me looking over, it's because I got my laptop over here on my desk. Well, my side table, I should say. And yeah, I will say that this setup, it's definitely not as good as the one I had in Love, because I had a bigger TV. Of course, that TV actually wasn't even mine. It belonged to the apartment complex, and I lived with 3 other roommates, so we all shared it. So the best part about now where I live is that I have no roommates, I live alone, and that definitely helps out when you're trying to, you know, record YouTube videos and you're trying to you know, discuss things, and you're trying to talk to yourself and have people not sound like you're crazy. But there are some similarities. You can see it a little bit, but the Texas Tech flag is right behind me, as it was in my previous videos. So yeah, there's still some similarities here. The best news is that I didn't really want to do any recording until all my furniture got here, because ever since I moved here, it's been a whirlwind. I've had to get furniture here. I finally got this couch. It's not even really a couch, it's a love seat. And yeah, this side table that's really cool. The dresser that my TV and all my gaming systems are sitting on top of, my bed, my real mattress. I was sitting on a blow-up mattress for the first week that I was living here, and the first week that I had the new job. So yeah. So I don't really know exactly what I'm going to be doing in this video in terms of gameplay, but I'm really thinking that I kind of just want to just play some games. Oh, look at that, Mahomes. They already got the Madden 20 stuff trending. Yeah, I think it's really cool that my boy Mahomes is... I should have worn my Mahomes jersey for this live stream, but that's no big deal. But I also want to talk about some of the new stuff that I've heard about with Madden 19. But first of all, what I wanted to check out really quickly is see if they have updated rosters post-draft, because I really haven't been paying a lot of attention to the NFL recently because I've been working so much. And I don't have time like I used to be able to sit down and check Twitter and all that stuff and really kind of check out, you know, post-draft stuff. Although I hear my Cowboys actually, I think for the most part, had a decent draft. I really don't know the players on the back of my hand like most Cowboy fans probably do right now, and that I'm, you know, late to the party, obviously. But yeah, I want to see what rosters look accurate. Okay, this one, 2019 rosters to date, signings, cuts, and retirements as of 5/13, rooks through round 5 plus AAF players. Okay, hold the phone. Okay, hold the phone. Golly, what is that, a Drake line? All right, I'm gonna download this guy's roster. If roster file with the same name already exists, yeah, overwrite that file. Because the last roster that I downloaded that was updated, I'm pretty sure it was like post big free agent signings or something like that. I think that's one of the last live streams that I did, was after all the big name free agents had signed, like Earl to the Ravens and a bunch of other free agent signings. Probably won't live stream for too long, but yeah, I'm probably just going to play a couple of quick games and really just continue to talk about what I've been going through, my life update and all that good stuff. But first, let me check out these updated rosters really quick. Let's go to the Cardinals and see. Oh, wait, I probably got to load this. Yeah, let me just load that updated roster really quick, because because it didn't automatically. Yeah, let me just load. Yeah, load 2019 roster. Hopefully this works. File loaded successfully. That's cool. All right, great. Let's go back in and let's. I don't know why I exited out of that. I should have just kept it right there. All right, let's go take a look at the rosters now. There's Kyler Murray. Okay. So, obviously, let me check out the Cowboys roster. That looks good. Tony Pollard, yeah. I don't think he wears number 22. I don't know what number he's going to be, but I'm not going to worry about that. Wally, Cooper, Cobb. Oh, yeah, Randall Cobb's there. I haven't played when he's on the roster yet. All these look pretty updated, yeah. Pretty good. Got Jason Witten there, awesome. Schultz, Gathers, Cody McElroy, all right. Lynchman. Yeah, this looks pretty up to date. Obviously, the Cowboys are my team, so I kind of care about what their roster looks like. Oh, let me take a look at a couple of other players on their roster. Let's see. Keon Frazier, yeah. Xavier Woods, Iloka, yeah, the safety that we signed. He's not Earl Thomas, but I mean, I think during free agency, like I said, Dallas was just bargain-based shopping, really, and whether that will translate into another NFC East title and a playoff win or two, I don't really know. We'll just have to see. You guys know I wanted them to get Earl Thomas. They didn't, and they might be paying for it if things start out bad in 2019. But Robert Quinn, that's kind of a crazy addition to me. And look at this, though. He might take it. I mean, I know Madden's not real life, but he's got a better overall than Tyrone Crawford. And Kerry Hyder Jr., Wreckham Tech, he's there. Christian Covington, yeah. This is basically, and basically the thing is, usually at the end of the draft, these are pretty much the up-to-date rosters that you're going to have for Madden 20. Now, when we get into the actual game, I'm going to talk about some of the things that I'm already loving about Madden 20, because I know that every year EA Sports and all of us, we all want Madden to be great, because it's the only football video game that comes out for the game consoles now. We don't get NFL 2K whatever anymore. You know, the last one of those was 2K5, which is still probably the greatest. In my opinion, I think it is the greatest football game that ever came out. I own a copy, and even when it was like 2011, I was still really much into my PS2 days. I was playing that game more than I was playing the new Maddens, even though I would still get them every year. But yeah, I really I really wish that series would have continued. If it did continue, oh my goodness, that'd be so awesome, because 2K5 was already ahead of its time. Can you imagine if we had NFL 2K19 or NFL 2K20 or something like that? Like, that would be just crazy to think about that. Like, can you imagine what it would be like? It would be better than this. It would be better than Madden, and that's the truth. But anyway, so I have seen some of the new stuff that Madden 20 is going to come out with, and I'm already liking it for a couple of reasons. They've released a lot of information about, you see, a lot of people are like real into the gameplay and, you know, all the mechanics of the game. I have always just been a franchise type of guy, you know, a story mode guy, a my career guy when it comes to the 2K games, like NBA and whatnot. And I just love that. I think Madden 20 is going in the new direction. The new mode that they've got, QB1, the face of the franchise, I believe is what they're going to call it, basically takes over basically replaces the long shot mode. And the thing I love about that is it looks like there's going to, they said there's so much more creativity. You don't have a default character, you know, by the name of Devin Wade or Colt Cruz, and you have to just deal with the limited options you're given in the story mode. You can actually customize your guy's experience. You get to choose, like, where he went to college, and you basically, I think you get to play some of the last games of his college career, including the college football playoff if you make it that far. And the best thing I loved is that I looked at the schools you could select based on the screenshots that I've seen, and my alma mater, Texas Tech, was in there. I was almost jumping for joy. I'm like, I'm definitely getting this game. I'm definitely playing that game mode, and I'm definitely having my guy play for Texas Tech. And believe me, when Madden 20 comes out and all that stuff starts to come out about, you know, all of it starts to come out, and I get it, I'm definitely going to be bringing you guys some of that gameplay for sure. So anyway, we're just going to do a quick game. Cowboys, Eagles, classic, updated rosters, just, you know, to talk more about my life update and just all the stuff that they've talked about with Madden 20, because besides just the QB1 face of the franchise, I also heard there's going to be some new stuff with the franchise mode, which is great. I do think they took some good steps in this Madden. With, like, you know, kind of the world thing, almost like the NFL head coach vibe from those classic games. I don't know exactly what more changes are going to be made to franchise mode, but I think there will be some more changes on the horizon. I think EA Sports is finally getting it, and they're understanding that, you know, hardcore Madden gamers, I don't know how that guy broke that tackle, really want this game to be the best sports game on the market, because, you know, NBA 2K is big, but when it comes to the EA Sports games, they want Madden to be above all of them. I would think they do, because if they don't, it doesn't make a lot of sense, because, I mean, it's not like I hate hockey, but NHL, it just isn't as big as football is in America. And if Madden's the only football game that comes out, you know, I would think that you would want that game as the developer, EA Sports. I would think you would just want that game to be the best. You wouldn't want to cut corners. But then again, I mean, sometimes the developers, you know, I don't know what they're thinking half the time. So that's what just happens. I forget who the Eagles got on their team, but I think that's a new running back that they have, number 33. I don't know who that is. I don't think they have, who is that? Well, that's Clement, and I know he was still there. So, yeah. Didn't watch any of the NFL draft because the way my new job works, I'm off Mondays and Tuesdays. Like, I'm not, like, you know, tonight's one of my nights off. But I work Wednesday through Sunday. So I'm working weekends while everybody else is out partying, have a good time. I'm busy working on Saturday and Sundays, so I don't get to enjoy that as much. And I've gotten overtime so much for the last 2 weekends, it's unreal. And I'm not saying I'm going to complain about getting overtime at work, and nobody should complain about getting overtime at work, because that's more money in your pocket. But when you have a 12-hour work day, that starts to get to you. And I know there's people out there that do work 12 hours a day. Maybe they just don't have as many days of work, because 40 hours is the standard. Like people that work security and everything like that, they might just work a few days a week because their hours are like 12 hours a day, something like that. Because I know people that have worked security or like work in a warehouse, or like basically do night shifts, like different stuff, crazy hours. So yeah, I don't really know where I was going with that, but I'm just kind of trying to explain my situation. I say situation, it's just more of my new lifestyle. So the one downside about me taking this new job is that I'm already missing my old job. And I haven't really talked about what my old job was a lot, but basically I filmed Texas Tech sports for the athletic department, and I actually did go back last Tuesday to go film a baseball game. It was supposed to be a doubleheader, but the second one got rained out. Now, because Monday and Tuesdays are my days off, I really the worst thing is that I know I'm going to be working Saturday and Sundays this fall, so I don't get to go down and work football games, which stinks, because I just love college football, and that's my team, and, you know, I'm just a little bit saddened that I won't be able to cover it anymore or help film it anymore. But the good thing is that with this new job, there'll be plenty of high school games to work on Saturdays, or well, excuse me, Friday nights, and occasionally Saturday afternoons and stuff. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, it's been really a crazy. It's really been a month since I've started this job, and that was a great run by Dak. Good read on the option there. Hopefully Kellen Moore actually calls plays like that now that he's the offensive coordinator. But yeah, it's been a crazy month trying to adjust to life in Amarillo. A lot of people kept telling me that it's a bigger market than Lubbock, and I think it's true to a fault. However, just when it comes to news and stuff, you know, a lot of people are telling me, you know, a lot of people I've asked is that, you know, the station I work at, there's people in Oklahoma, because it does count as the Panhandle area. But yeah, everybody says that, you know, oh yeah, Lubbock is still way bigger, and I'm starting to kind of pick that up a little bit. You know, the crazy thing is I really haven't had time to kind of, in a way, see all that Amarillo has to offer, you know, go out and explore the city for a day or something like that. Because even on my days off, I really just don't feel like doing anything because I'm so worn down. I mean, this past weekend, I had 2 events on Saturday, which isn't that bad to go film for photog work, which is what I do on weekends. So basically what my job is that Wednesday through Fridays, I'm helping out with production in the newsroom, like I'm editing videos, I'm running studio cameras and doing all that kind of good stuff to help with the production of actual newscasts. But during weekends, I'm actually going out in the field with field cameras, and I'm being basically a photojournalist. So, and that was a great run by Randall Cobb. He's going to be great replacing Cole Beasley. He's going to be better than Cole Beasley was. I'm sorry. He's bigger than Cole. I think he's got better moves. And I just think he's a good fit for the slot guy that the Cowboys needed to replace. So I love the fact that we've got Randall Cobb. And there were these Packer fans that kept getting in my Twitter mentions that he's not what he used to be and all that other stuff. But, you know, they're just salty because they missed out on the playoffs for the first time in like 20 years. Yeah. It's like, yeah, go ahead and cry me a river if you want to, but I really don't care that Aaron Rodgers broke himself again. Like, I really don't care. That's not my team, and you guys know that I can't stand Aaron Rodgers because the Packers basically beat my Cowboys in the playoffs every year. It seems like it's been that way for the last 5 years. Crazy stuff happening, you know?
We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us. But now the kicker, can they cap it off by
Take a swig of water. But yeah, and during the weekends I'm doing photog work, which is pretty fun. So this past weekend I went to Palo Duro Canyon, which is in Canyon, Texas, which is basically Amarillo, but it's like one town over. It's where like West Texas A&M University is, or the town that's located in. And I guess it's the end of the first quarter. I guess somebody should have told me that. And there was this USA Cycling National Championship that was going on. The race was supposed to start at 10 a.m. It got pushed back to at first noon and then 12:45. I got there early at like 8:30 in the morning with my gear and everything. And I ended up having to wait around for 2 hours for not even 2 hours, 4 hours for the race to even start. The good thing is I had time to get my interviews and other stuff to make a package that I could create later. Because when you're a photojournalist and you're doing photog work, you have to have enough B-roll and you have to get enough interview clips to be able to create a package or whatever the director is telling you to do, or the producer, I should say. So, yeah. It was fun, though, except by the time it was like noon and they hadn't started the race yet and I already been there for 3.5 hours, I was really kind of bogged down because I still had another event to go to. It was just some little, like, Comic-Con, people in costumes and stuff like that, and Cooper dropped that pass. I thought he was going to catch it for sure, which was fun. But after, you know, Sunday, I was burned. I was tired. And the thing is, actually Sunday night, after I'd been off for 2 hours, the producer, who also is the female anchor for the newscasts on the weekends, she calls me up right before the newscast and said that there's a SWAT standoff a few miles down the road. Like, there's a domestic disturbance or something, and I need you to go get a video and get footage. And I'm like, well, I don't have my gear. And she's like, oh, well, don't worry about it. Just take photos and videos with your phone and just send it to me. So I was thinking, you know, news never sleeps, but when it gets to the hours of like 10:30 and I've already been off work for 2 hours at that point, which I had already been, those are kind of the moments where I'm just like, leave me alone. Dive, Prescott. Touchdown. There we go. But, yeah. And I don't know what kind of spike that was. He, like, spiked the ball between his legs. It was crazy looking. But anyway, first drive, touchdown. Nice. So, yeah, that's really my job. And I'm still a little bit fresh to it, you could kind of say. Because I'm only going to start my 5th week tomorrow on the job. So I've only been there for a month. And I'm still learning stuff every day. The only thing is, with moving to a new city, there's a bunch of other stuff that I have to take care of that I still haven't really taken care of. And it's just life things. It's like, you know, my bank situation, my checking account, making sure my money gets wired to my account so I can actually use my money from my new job to help pay for stuff. Moving into the camp of having to get a credit card in my name, actually having to pay for a lot of my own stuff. So, you know, it's like first world problems in a way, but that's what happens with growing up. I knew it was going to happen someday. My parents have been a fantastic support system throughout the last 2.5 years, because I graduated from college now going on 3 years ago. And essentially for the last 2.5 years, I've really just been working part-time, filming sports, maybe, and that included working maybe 1, 2, 3 days a week if I was lucky. I was making decent money to pay for my rent and some other stuff, like food and groceries and everything, but I wasn't paying my taxes. Like, my dad was doing that for me. I was still using, and I still am as of right now, using a credit card that's in their name and everything. Don't really like talking about all this stuff over the live stream, I guess, but it's just my life now, and I feel like this is a good night for me to kind of come and vent on it before I start a new week of work, just to kind of catch my breath and breathe a little bit, you know. And that was a bad play that we just let slip out of the backfield right there. Clement. But I do love this new job. I think the best thing about it is that I've wanted to break into TV news for really the last year, and I've been looking for a way to do it. And I've had job interviews at stations in Lubbock, but those jobs for the same position. Oh, we get a pick with Marsh Lillard. Nice. But all those positions were for part-time, and they were the same positions that I have right now, but they were only part-time, and they would be for the morning shows. Now, for those of y'all who've never worked in TV news, when it comes to morning shows that might air at 9 a.m. or something like that, guess what time most of those people have to be in the building? We're talking like 4 a.m., 3:30 a.m., something like that. There was no way that I was going to be able to do that, because I am not a morning person. And the best part about my job is that I don't have to be at work on Wednesday through Fridays until 2 o'clock. Now weekends it's different because usually I'm basically the morning photographer. So I take all the events in the morning. We have another guy that comes in at 2. He does studio camera work also, but he'll go out and he'll do photojournalist work while I'm back at the station editing what I already got footage of in the morning, so I can have that for the 6 o'clock and the 5:30 on Saturdays, and then so I can have that for the 6 o'clock on Saturdays and for the 5:30 on Sundays. So basically that's what that entails. Looking for Randall Cobb. Got him. There we go. Nice catch, Cobb. Oh, and he's hurt. Get up, Randall. That's not good. Hopefully Cobb can return. Even if it's done, it's not a big deal. It's just one game. It's just an exhibition game. At least that stopped the clock. So we're about at the 2-minute warning. Let's see if we can get into the end zone again here. Witten coming open over the middle. Let's see if I can get one to the GOAT. Not going to risk it. I'm just going to take it with Dak and just get the first. Get down to the 1-yard line. They're really leaving Dak with some wide open rushing lanes. So I'll take him. All right, and we're at the 2-minute warning. Let's see if we can get in get Zeke his touchdown. Let's keep Randall Cobb in. His injury risk said medium, so we'll just put him back in the game. Inside zone. This should be money right here. That defensive line's pretty big. I know the Eagles don't have Michael Bennett anymore. I know he went to the Patriots in the offseason. And how did Zeke not get into the end zone right there? Well, he got close. He got jammed back at the line pretty hard. I'll give him that. Let's go power O. I want to try running it again. Because we at least gained maybe an inch or two. I don't know. Oh, no. They penetrated that backfield so quickly. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my. All right. Ooh, double slants. Hopefully somebody can get open right here. I need somebody to get open over the middle. Just hope that they don't sacrifice the body anyway. I'm a fish. Oh! Did Hearns catch that? Oh, wow! I thought that was going to be a pick for sure. Did he catch it off his knee or something? That didn't look like a normal catch. That looked like a catch that he made with some other part of his body. Oh my goodness, Alan Hearns. Oh, I gotta see this again. Oh, okay, it was normal. It was just kind of glitching a little bit in the back. I don't know how number 55 didn't pick that off. I thought for sure that he was gonna pick it because...
And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game.
This just in. Brett Maher is cut. Oh my goodness, that was I don't know what I was thinking on the kicking meter right there. That was totally my own fault.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's
wow.
for a touchback.
Oh my goodness.
Now they head back on the
oh
field.
Jesus.
And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
Anyway, so that's a little bit about what I've been doing. It's been a good month so far. My life has really just changed. I knew one day this would happen. I guess really looking back, I feel like for big changes like that, no one's ever ready, but you just got to go through with it and you just got to mentally prepare yourself. That's how I feel. So I really think when it comes to my stuff with YouTube, I do think that I'll be able to continue this for a little bit, just to have some downtime, to have an escape, to, have some therapy, some downtime like tonight, before I got to go into work tomorrow. When I have, maybe on like some Monday and Tuesday nights, I'll try to record some stuff and just kind of, just kind of ease back into YouTube and everything. But I am back, and that feels good to say. All right, so 3rd and 19. I don't know why they're running. I'd still try to throw it, but I guess they just don't want to do anything. So they're probably just going to let this clock wind down to 0.
And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down.
I'm going to halftime up 13-0. Just solid.
The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
And 0-0. Let's just fair catch it. Or not. I don't know why. I thought I pressed triangle, but I guess Lenore just, like he does in real life, just acted retarded and just didn't call for the fair catch. I don't know how he's still on the team after all the blunders he had in last year's preseason. But with Beasley gone and some other stuff changing with the Cowboys, I guess they see Lenore as a guy that'll step up as the 4th, 5th receiver. I don't know. We'll see. This touchdown, I don't know how that was completed to Hearns, but I mean, it was, so we'll take it. And we get the ball to start the 2nd half. Completely forgot about that. And Lenore's on the return again. Hopefully he doesn't do anything stupid. That was the exact opposite of stupid. That was a good return all the way up to the 31-yard line. I'll take that. I'll take that every day. Let's see if we can get Zeke going a little bit more in this second half. See if we can pound at them with the run. I don't like stretch plays because most of the time the defense, because on this game, whatever defensive end it is, it doesn't matter what his rating is, he'll come up so easily and make the tackle. I mean, he didn't right there, but most of the time when I run that play, it doesn't work. The defensive end just blows through the right tackle or the tight end. Like even though Witten's blocking right there, this is a created Witten, so he's probably not going to block very well. Okay, well he actually did decently on that play, but then again Zeke had room to go up the middle, so that worked out okay. But there's been so many times where the tight end just doesn't block the defensive end that's coming or the linebacker if he's blitzing, because the game just does that sometimes, and I just don't understand it. We get a nice completion there to Witten. That's crazy. It is absolutely insane that Jason Witten came out of retirement to play for the Cowboys again. I did not think that would happen in a million years, because it seemed like to me that he was enjoying the Monday Night Football booth, even though, if I'm being honest, he wasn't very good, but he was making good money. And Romo's his best friend, and I guess, not everybody can be Tony Romo when it comes to being a broadcaster that also played in the NFL and was a quarterback. But, it's crazy that Witten's back. It really is insane. The good thing is that I can wear my old Reebok jersey again.
Face mask. Defense.
And we get a face mask on that tackle. Nice. So thank you. I think it was Jenkins who grabbed Cobb around the mask right there. So we'll take it. We'll take that for sure.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott.
Got Witten. Touchdown. There we go, Witt. Gold jacket Witt. He's already in the Hall of Fame. Like, he didn't need to come back to do any of this, but it's insane that he's back still. I'm looking forward to seeing what his player model looks like in Madden 20. I gotta think that it's gonna be the same because he only was out of the league for 1 year. But I still am looking forward to seeing what Witten's model looks like in Madden 20. It'll be crazy. Let's see if we can get Amari Cooper on the 2-point conversion, and we do. Nice. That makes up for the extra point that we missed at the end of the first half, so that's good. I got to tell you, I like the moves that the Cowboys have made this offseason. The only downside is that we did not get a top-flight safety. We didn't get one in free agency, and we didn't get one in the draft, which, in a way, is the only, to me, it's the only glaring weakness of this team, because we replaced Beasley with we replaced our old slot receiver with a better slot receiver, in my opinion, and taking Beasley out and replacing him with Cobb. We already had Amari Cooper. We got Michael Gallup. We finally got rid of Terrence Body Catcher Williams, which is so awesome. We upgraded at tight end for sure because Witten came out of retirement. I think defensively, not a whole lot has changed, but I like Christian Covington coming in, and I also love Kerry Hyder coming over from the Lions. Because not only, I mean, I like it, of course, not only, not just because he's a Red Raider, and I saw him play as Jeff Heath gets a pick. Nice job. But he was good with the Lions. He really turned himself into a good, not even really much of a role player. He was at first kind of a rotational guy, which he will be with the Cowboys. But even when he was with Detroit, he wasn't just a rotational guy. He was really the guy that was becoming the starter most of the time on the other side of Ziggy Ansah. And I think Ziggy went to the Seahawks, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I think he visited the Seahawks or something last time I saw. I don't know where Ziggy Ansah went. I just know the Lions didn't bring him back. Offensive line, of course, is going to be better with Travis Frederick coming back after that sickness he had last offseason, which was brutal. Because even though Looney was a good replacement for the whole year, Frederick was missed in the middle. He really was. I mean, he's an all-pro center, and center is one of the most important positions in football, especially on offense. Because the center is responsible for calling out the plays. He's responsible for communication with the quarterback. Center plays a vital role in football. And if you don't have a center that's on the same page as your quarterback, you're going to have some problems. Not saying Looney and Prescott weren't on the same page, but with Frederick being back in there, it's going to make a world of a difference up the middle with some of the stuff that happened when I think we got in the playoffs against the Rams and the really good teams in the NFL this season.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here.
You know, so now I think it's really in the stage of we need to think about trying to get past the teams that really have beaten us. Like now, that team in the NFC in just 2 short years has become the LA Rams. They have players in there that are on 1 or 2 year deals, and the reason they're in there for 1-2 year deals is because they're trying to take advantage of the short window that they have with all of these talented players to try to win a Super Bowl. They tried to do this past season, didn't quite work, but they're still loaded. That was a great pass to Kluber for the first. Nice job on 3rd and 14. Nice conversion. So now it's about trying to get past them. What do we have to do to beat the Rams? And, you know, also it's going to be what do we have to do to eventually beat the Patriots? At first, when we didn't get Earl Thomas, I'll admit, I was pretty disappointed. I was pretty salty. But and at first I kept saying the stuff like, you know what, Jerry, you just don't want to win. You don't care about winning a championship anymore. We'll deal with it. But I actually do think Jones is trying, he cares about it. Because Jason Garrett, his contract was not renewed. He's on the final year of his deal. If he doesn't get the Cowboys past the divisional round into the NFC Championship game, he is fired. He will be fired. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He will get fired, and he's done. Give me a second, y'all. Mom's texting me. She's just texted me about some furniture, well, not furniture, but just like little things that I can look at. Because right now, the light that you see is actually from the fan light that is in my dining room, quote unquote, area, but I have no dining room sets there. Basically, my living room is just this love seat, this side table that you see. There's this lamp right here. As a matter of fact, after this play, I'll adjust a couple of things. I'll actually turn this on and get a little bit more light right here. See if that makes a difference. It's a little bit too much light, I feel like. It was kind of covering my face a little too much. Yeah. It's a little lamp. I have a bigger lamp that's actually on my bedside table that's actually more appropriate for, you know, bedside, but I have that one that I have left over from my other days in my other apartment. Although I didn't have room to put it, but it's from the apartment before my last apartment. And Zeke's up to 98 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
We get Witten again. Nice catch. Another touchdown for Witten. 2 on the day. We'll take it. Catch. Just killing the Eagles right now. What I always love to do. I really, like I said, really can't stand the Eagles. You know, I hate the Giants and the Redskins the same, but the Eagles, their fans are just dirty. They're just nasty. Also, I love to see Eat That Pussy 445 just lose his cookies, you know. I do subscribe to him on YouTube, and I do watch a lot of his videos. So EDP, if you ever come across my channel and my videos, man, keep doing what you're doing. I know you're kind of like me. You're a grinder, a big fan of an NFL team. You're working, you know, crazy hours, and, you know, you're my age, so I know what that's like, man. I know what it's out to try to be the grinders and really trying to work for something that you want. So, you're definitely my favorite YouTuber. Let's see here. Sorry, y'all, just had to look at my text messages real quick. My mom texted me about a floor lamp. Yeah, my mom is kind of a night owl, so she can't really go to sleep early. She honestly won't fall asleep. Sometimes she tells me until 3 a.m. She doesn't work anymore, so she doesn't have to worry about that. She doesn't have to worry about waking up early for any jobs or anything.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now. 1st and 10.
Let's go D.
1st and 10. Here's Wentz. Oh, he's got him in.
Oh, I missed that tackle bad. Oh, I missed that one even worse. Oh, but we get him down to the 2. All right, well, they were bound to have one of these drives at some point. Oh, I keep forgetting. They brought Deshaun Jackson back, and I think that's him. I'm actually not worried about Deshaun Jackson being back with the Eagles. He's past his prime, and, you know, they just wanted to bring him back because they missed him too much. And we get him stopped at the 1. We'll take that.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'd be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
Let's see if we can preserve this shutout here. It's going to be tough because they're at the 1. Oh, but we stopped him again. There we go, Van Der Esch. Give him a little wolf howl. Or just a fist pump, whatever. They don't have your signature celebration in Madden yet. Hopefully they have it in Madden 20. But we'll see. Come on. Let's go, D. Let's keep preserving this shutout here. False start on the offense, please. Hopefully. Yep. There we go. Oh, I forgot. They have Jordan Howard at running back. Oh, wow. That's the big running back that they got in the trade this offseason. Woo, Jordan Howard from the Bears. I forgot the Eagles got him in a trade. That is concerning, but, you know, Eagles running game didn't really bother us too much last year, I feel like. So, I'm concerned, but I'm not too concerned, even though Howard is a far better running back than what they previously had. So they're going to kick a field goal, and they'll most likely make it to break the shutout, but still good. We're up, you know, we're up 28-3, which is
they come up on
perfectly
a
fine.
Down situation with things not looking particularly rosy.
All right, go ahead and kick your field goal.
And Elliott puts this one through.
Doesn't matter. You're still down 25 points. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get the onside kick team lined up. Oh, they're not doing onside. Okay, all right. Worried for nothing. No big deal. We'll just let this go into the end zone for a touchback. All right, we'll just take a few knees and run the ball, and
they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. And these numbers showing up on the screen, that's why he's
all right, we'll just run it with Zeke for a little bit while longer and get this dub. Eagles aren't even taking any timeouts. They know the game's been over for a long time now. We've been dominating them from the first snap, which is good. Easy game where I can blow the team out and be able to talk as much as I want to for the live stream. So those are always nice. Those are always nice videos. I'll probably play another game. Maybe I'll play one with Kyler Murray with the Cardinals, and maybe another team that made a lot of moves in the offseason, or a team that looks very different than the previous year. Oh, actually, I think I know the perfect matchup to do. Might do the Cardinals and maybe the Dolphins. because they traded for Josh Rosen, so that'd be kind of a revenge game. I might do the Dolphins and Cardinals next. Just another quick game, you know, for me to keep talking a little bit more and to provide some more entertainment. Be interested to see how Kyler Murray plays in this game. I know that this isn't Madden 20, so it's not a real active and a real accurate depiction of what he's really going to be like. However, his ratings will at least be somewhat with this roster of what they'll be in Madden 20, so it'll still be fun to play as him.
He's going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes.
No, it's like the clock wind down. Not too worried.
They've made a lot of space.
Actually, I might have to step away and get some more water.
The give is to Elliott. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a 6-yard pickup.
And game's over with. So we take care of business against the Eagles, 28-3. Loved talking to you guys about my life update and all that good stuff. We'll play one more game after this one. Probably play one with the Cardinals. Probably do the Cardinals and Dolphins. Just teams that look very different and made some key moves in the offseason. And maybe drafted some big players too. So I'll probably do that game next.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.
All right, nice. I'm not going to worry about stats. We'll just go ahead and exit and go into another game for this live stream. All right, let's go ahead and play another quick game. Let's go Cardinals and Dolphins. And I'm playing as the Cardinals, and I'm going to play as Kyler Murray. Cardinals closed. Cool. Also, they obviously won't have him on the sidelines because this is last year's Madden. But Cliff Kingsbury is the head coach. Pretty crazy to think that, you know, my alma mater fired him. He was going to be an offensive coordinator at USC. Cardinals pick him up. Really kind of am questioning that move. It's not that I don't like Kingsbury, and I try not to be too critical of him, but he just wasn't getting it done at Tech, and I really don't understand what the Cardinals completely see in him. I think I know what they see, but he's not going to be what they expect him to be, which is the next Sean McVay. He's not going to be the next Sean McVay. Just because he was hanging out with McVay a lot in LA, trying to pick up, you know, tips from him and stuff like that, doesn't mean he's going to be the next Sean McVay. You know, Sean McVay didn't even know probably that he was going to be who he is right now. That's the reality of the situation. So, you know, I haven't played as the Cardinals in Madden in a long time. But yeah, this should be very interesting. Rosen going up against, Rosen going up against Murray. So pretty cool. Got Farrah Cooper back to return for the Cardinals. And go ahead and get this second game going.
Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this.
I'll just take a knee. We'll go out to the 25-yard line. Farrah Cooper.
So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his
See, that's one thing I hope they correct in Madden 20. Now, I know obviously in this particular game, Murray is a created player, so they don't say his name. They just say, "Here comes the quarterback, the guy at center," basically. A very generic intro when he first gets on the field. I can understand that, but even with quarterbacks that have been in the league for a while, and that are even backups, like when Cooper Rush had to take the field one time in my franchise with the Cowboys, that Miami Dolphins defensive end was totally glitching right there. He was just sitting there. They just said the quarterback. They didn't say Rush. They didn't say Cooper Rush. They just said the quarterback. I just hope that in the next Madden, they at least have some decency to have the announcers know every single quarterback, or at least, you know, just give them some common courtesy, you know? Because I bet, you know, when that particular quarterback wants to play as himself in Madden, he's a little bit disappointed when his name's not in the game. So I don't think that's too much to ask of EA Sports, but then again, I know they got to have Brandon Gaughan and Charles Davis record a whole bunch of lines for this game, which takes weeks on end. But I just don't know. I don't know. I just feel like they could do better. All right, Murray to Fitzgerald. There we go. I love Larry Fitzgerald, y'all. He's definitely one of my favorite players in NFL history. All right. Got David Johnson in the backfield. He's a great running back, great fantasy guy. But anybody who drafts him in fantasy the last 2 years has got to be disappointed. See if we can get the first down with Johnson, and we do. Nice job.
Get it down to the 33-yard line here. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
All right.
You were telling me this
see what we can do with Murray throwing the football here.
Opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about
Christian Kirk. Might have him be able to get open. Oh, we'll take the tight end instead. Oh, that's a face mask if I've ever seen one. Yeah, he gets up covering it. Man, Murray, they definitely got his size right because he looks so much smaller. And here's the thing about Kyler Murray that I think is the only thing that is working against him in the NFL. His height. Now, Drew Brees is about 5'10", about the same height as Murray, but Brees also has a strong arm. Murray's got an arm. I mean, the Oakland Athletics wanted him to play baseball for them for a reason. But I just don't know. I just keep wondering how his game will translate to the NFL, because Murray has all the traits of being just a really good college superstar to me. I don't know how his NFL career is going to pan out, and I don't want to put the cart before the horse when he hasn't even played it down yet, but I just am not 100% sold that he's going to be a big-time leader of your franchise for years to come, because we've seen so many Heisman winners that have been bust. I mean, I'm thinking of like Andre Ware, you know, just guys that didn't pan out, that were in a certain style of offense in college. I mean, Jared Goff was like a bust in his first year alone. I throw a terrible pick right there. And now he's like the fifth, arguably like the fifth best quarterback in the NFL. Maybe even better. I don't know. I believe that's Xavier Howard that picked that off.
First quarter, first drive. First interception thrown.
I think that's Rosen with number 8. Because I know that Ryan Tannehill plays for the Dolphins. He plays for the Titans now. That I thought was very crazy. The fact that the Titans already have their quarterback in Marcus Mariota, and yet they traded for another starting quarterback that's been a starting quarterback in the league the past 6 years from another team. To me, that's a little bit crazy. I mean, call me crazy, but I think that's a little bit, you know, odd, if you ask me. I'm just saying. But then again, they may be looking at Marcus Mariota as not the answer. They might be looking for a new answer. And I wouldn't be surprised if that is in fact the truth, that they're looking at Tannehill to be the next guy because Mariota doesn't seem to be planning out in certain ways. Although Mariota led them to the playoffs and won them a playoff game in the wild card round, not last year but the previous year. So yeah. Actually, that's not even Rosen. I think that's Ryan Fitzpatrick that was at quarterback right there. You see, and that puts Miami in a weird spot. You know, basically with them having two guys in there that are kind of just like there, because that's what I feel like it is with Fitzpatrick and Rosen. Rosen's there because the Cardinals drafted Murray. Fitzpatrick is there because the Bucs really don't want to give up on Jameis Winston just yet because they've invested too many years and too much money in him, so they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Those two are basically rejects. But the real thing that Miami is doing, in my opinion, is they're going to be tanking this next season so they can draft Tua Tagovailoa from Alabama, who's probably going to win the Heisman Trophy this year. Lord knows he's been a Heisman contender essentially the last 3 years. So yeah, the door is really open for him to win it. Unless Jalen Hurts wins it, because he plays for Oklahoma now. Golly, Oklahoma, I cannot... Being a guy that went to Tech, Oklahoma's already a big rival, but I just can't stand them even more to a degree that every single year it seems like they get like the best. It's like college football is becoming free agency with the transfer portal now, and they're getting the best quarterback every single year that's going to be a Heisman Trophy candidate. They're going to be able to easily win the Big 12 title because they got that quarterback. It's insane. Like, when does it stop? I mean, one of these days, you know, the death penalty was real in 1982, 83, whenever it happened with my dad's SMU Mustangs. Cheating still happens in college football. Scandals still happen. I think that there is something with the University of Oklahoma. I really do think it. And I don't care what people think. The fact that they are able to land people like Jalen Hurts and stuff, and they've been able to kind of run the Big 12 easily with this luxury of great quarterbacks. Are they promising these quarterbacks? And I don't know why I decided to kick this field goal. It's just kind of like, how are they able to do this? You know, it's just mind-boggling to me. But anyway, that's getting me sidetracked from what I'm doing right now, so I'm not even gonna worry about it. And we're still deadlocked at 0. I'm struggling to do stuff with Murray right now. We were okay on that first drive until I threw that interception in the end zone with him. Might be, we might not even score in this first half. Hopefully we can change that on the next drive. We can get the ball back.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there, and if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
I do think it's cool that Fitzpatrick is still getting a shot in the NFL because he's a smart guy. He went to Harvard, and I love his beard. He's got the best beard in the NFL. Now, Travis Frederick, he's got a pretty nice beard himself. I think the best beards in the NFL, I think Fitzpatrick's still at number 1. Frederick's a close second and number 2. And number 3 has got to be Eric Weddle. The crazy thing is, there's this guy I work with at the news station who directs the newscasts pretty much when he's there all the time. And he has a big, giant red beard. Yeah, it's big. It's a big old beard. And with that beard, he looks just like Eric Weddle. And that was kind of a little my intro to him. I walked up to him and I say, you know what, man? You ever heard of Eric Weddle? And he was like, no. He's like, well, he's a safety in the NFL who has a giant beard. Showed him a picture of Weddle, and he's like, huh, you know, yeah, that does kind of look like me. Yeah, he's got a big old beard, man.
Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the response?
I remember that. I remember this classic. I remember this great GIF that I saw of Weddle. I think it was at the Hall of Fame game this past year, where the cameras zoom in on him, and of course he's in street clothes. He's not playing. Oh, we got a fumble. Yeah, there we go. And he's touched, so he's down. Nice job. Oh, was that Suggs? Terrell Suggs with the recovery. Nice job, Sizzle. I forgot he was with the Cardinals. Nice. All right, now let's get the ball back and let's try to go score here, because I don't want to have a goose egg on the scoreboard going into the half. All right, decent run by David Johnson right there. He's almost at 50 yards, 1 yard away. But yeah, the cameras zoom in on him and they just show him kind of just doing one of these, just stroking it. And he flips it like that. It's like it hides all of the Ravens' secrets. But then again, most people say that when somebody has a big beard like Grizzly Adams or something. I've just never been able to have my facial hair look the way I just don't have my facial hair just doesn't grow to the point where I can have a beard and it will look good. Because like my upper lip where my mustache grows, it won't connect to my chin. So it can't connect, so therefore it can't be a full beard when it grows out. If it grows out, it's just there's going to be like these little patches right here. And it just won't look good. And I just don't look good with facial hair in general, because I look just like my dad. He doesn't look good with facial hair either. So we basically kind of came to a truce that we'll shave the same way and we'll have our hair the same way. Although he's actually got a little bit more because my hair still continues to thin. But it's been that way for essentially the last 2 years. I really wish it wasn't happening, but I guess it's just a sign with age. Alright, I'm going to call a timeout here because we got 3rd and 13. We got a long way to go.
It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here
before
we get to halftime. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. They'll drop the throw.
Another pick. Dang it, Murray. Well, I've thrown 2 interceptions this first half with Murray. That's not good. So I'm already struggling with him.
So it's 3rd and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they're bringing an extra defensive.
All right, well, hopefully we can keep him from scoring on this drive.
This is an ill-advised throw right here, as it winds up being picked off easily.
Drake, there we go. Flag on the play, maybe holding on the offense. Hopefully.
Holding offense.
Thank you. Yeah, of course we'll accept that. Thank you.
A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected.
All right, D, let's go.
This will surprise you. I coached some receivers in the offseason. We worked
Come on.
on
Get, there we go. All right. Well, I'll tell you one thing. They've been able to run the ball very well, because we've been really playing the pass this whole drive, so that's why. Because I don't know why they aren't passing it. I would think he'd pass in this situation, unless I'm stupid. Get in there, make the sack. No, get it. There we go. You make the sack. Thank you. I'll call a timeout to reserve some more time. So maybe there's a chance we get the ball back. If this falls incomplete, they might try a long field goal, but we can probably still get the ball back with a chance to do something with it with a minute to go. I shouldn't have dove right there. All right. I'm not going to call a timeout here. I'm just going to have to let the clock go. I think they're in field goal range, but I don't entirely. Yep, they're kicking it. All right. I don't know who their kicker is. I don't know how accurate he'll be. Oh, he missed that thing wide left. All right. So we're still at 0-0. We got 33 seconds left, though. I don't know what we can do in 33 seconds, but let's see if we can try to get down the field quickly and maybe kick a field goal to at least open the scoring.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end.
Oh, that was almost another pick. Wow. Oh. Kyler.
Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
All right.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes.
I might have to just go to Fitzgerald every play if I can. There we go. That's what we need. Come on, Larry. All right, that was a great completion. But there's 20 seconds left, so I should have just thrown it deep. Let's go to Fitzgerald again on the corner. We're too far for a field goal. Catch it, Larry. Get out of bounds. All right, let's call a timeout. We got to call a timeout here. All right, now we got the ball at the 23-yard line. This should be in our kicker's range, I would think. Let's kick it and try to get something before the end of the half.
Here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash,
I don't think that's in. He got it. Nice. Zane Gonzalez, I believe that's who our kicker is. Nice job. All right, so we break the tie. We get the lead at 3-0. We'll take it going into the half.
Any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team. They'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
All right, now what can the Dolphins do? What can Ryan Fitzpatrick do in 2 seconds? I don't think Fitzmagic applies to this situation. Your beard won't help you in this situation, Fitz. No, you're just going to take a knee. Yeah, you go ahead and take a knee. And I'll get another swig of water.
So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top. As now we send you
yeah, after this game, I'm going to wrap this stream up. Because it's past midnight.
Okay, Brandon,
and I got work tomorrow. I don't have to be at work till the afternoon, but still kind of getting pretty exhausted here. I kind of had a big dinner because I went to this place called Papa Murphy's, where it's a cool pizza place because you buy the pizza frozen and it's already prepared, but you bake it yourself at home. So I essentially used my oven in my apartment for the first time. And it was really good. It had like sausage, pepperoni. I think it had 2 kinds of cheese, some onions, bell peppers, olives, mushroom pizza. It was kind of like the works. Basically the works kind of pizza. But it was really good. It was thin crust. It was really tasty. I actually cooked it a little bit longer than it said, just so I could have that crispy thin crust. Because I really love crispy thin crust pizza. It was really delicious.
Sure, you got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half.
Delete that. Just checking something on my laptop.
Take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long.
All right.
They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play.
Oh, how did...
That says, try something different.
Really?
Try some specials. Something
really?
we've seen all day to try and get this offense.
Really?
Yeah, he's gonna get this deep on the
yeah, and I know I said really probably way more than I should have, but I don't care. Oh man, that was yeah, that was just bad. Just let him streak down the sideline for 60 yards. Why not? And I don't get the tackle there. All right.
That'll drive a team towards a victory.
Give him 3 on the game there. 2nd and goal. Now they struggled to get him.
All right, we gotta put up or shut up here.
Continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse. And I believe it'll eventually reward.
Get him. There we go.
Especially as we get deeper in the game.
There you go. Way to make the tackle. All right. 4-yard line. 3 yards to go. 4-yard line. It's 3rd down. All right, we gotta make a stop here.
Look, it's the 3rd quarter. No time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking.
Oh my goodness, really? Ah, Fitz. Fitz magic. All right, well, they got their first lead of the game with that play, so we have to deal with it. See if we can get the lead back on the next possession.
Into the receiver's hands even faster.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Sanders now to kick this one away.
Just gonna let it go. All right. All right. See if we can get the lead back on this drive here.
They're down in this game.
Had a good drive to end the first half with Murray playing Pitts a couple times in a row.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get...
Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Only a loss of 1 yard. That's not too bad. We'll just have to take that.
Behind the line, and that's a loss of a yard.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet.
Interception earlier, now a sack.
He
just needs a touchdown.
Give me a break.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
They try to throw on
Corner strike.
down,
That's usually a good play. Somebody's got to make something happen here. We need something.
Just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50.
Oh my goodness, and we get sacked. Oh, jeez. Now that was terrible all around.
It'll be a loss of 7.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it.
Well, the Cardinals' offensive line is definitely not a strong suit of this team for sure, based on what I've endured in this game. Then again, the Cardinals are in a rebuilding stage anyway, so they're going to be bad for essentially the next few years, even with Murray, in my opinion.
Here's 1st and 10.
Alright, let's see if we can get them off the field here and force them to punt.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Come on, D. Step up here.
Now on 2nd down.
Come on.
Complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Miami 1st down on a 14-yard pickup.
Is that Stills? Yeah, that's Kenny Stills. I forgot he's still on the Dolphins. I thought they got rid of him.
Now a play fake here on 1st down.
Really? We just let him get over the top.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
This Cardinal defense is definitely nothing to write home about either.
For any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
Stop bleeding here at some point. Getting our butts handed to us.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. Now a 2nd down throw for Fitzpatrick. And it's caught. And he will
that was way too easy. That was way too easy. Wow. Getting obliterated here in this 3rd quarter so far. We gotta have one of those big comebacks with Murray of all quarterbacks. All right. Gotta get something on this next drive. We can't afford to waste drives anymore.
This is
no chances if we keep this up.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Let's just get something on this drive.
They go play action here on 1st down. Showing the strength, Fitzgerald. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have
Come on,
back.
Murray.
There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Xavier.
3 picks, and this one's a pick 6. Oh boy.
This D wanted to put it away before.
All right, I want to see if I can look at Murray's
Before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit
attributes or
further.
stats or something here. I need to look at what Murray's stats are. His awareness is 68. That might explain those 3 picks. Short pass, medium. Oh, stiff arm. That's not carrying, catching. Short route. Well, he does need a spectacular catch, release, jumping through. Short throw accuracy. Deep throw accuracy is a 79. That might be the reason. Under pressure, break, sack. Well, he hasn't done that in this game. No wonder. That's a 67. All right, well, Murray's a 78 overall. That's probably why.
Just yet. If you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. We have played 3 quarters.
All right, well,
Return with more
I'm going to
after
try to
this
see if I
break.
can
You're
make this
watching the
comeback
NFL
in the fourth
on EA
quarter.
Sports.
It's going to be some difficult stuff for sure. Whew.
You're
So,
not you when you're losing. Snickers satisfies.
that is perfectly appropriate. You're not you when you're losing.
Sports.
Snickers
It's Dolphin
satisfies.
football, it's also Dolphin
I think that's the
league.
first time I've
Quarter
ever
number
heard
4.
that. That is so perfect. I love that.
Sanders now to kick this
Has that
one
always
away.
been in the game? I'm pretty sure it has.
This is fielded at the
Well, I
goal
haven't been
line.
losing by this much in Madden in a long time.
And a
So,
nice return sets him up pretty
let's see if
good
we can
here
make
at
a
the
comeback here.
30-yard line.
well, we have no choice but to keep throwing.
Getting ready to go as
Down
they take
18
the
points,
field.
start of
And
the
they
fourth
just had
quarter.
that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This
You just gotta
offense
keep throwing.
Back out onto the field to try to make up for it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
You know, forget it. I'm not doing it. This game is over. No shot. No shot at a comeback at all. Anyway, I'm getting pretty tired. It's past midnight. I'll probably be heading off to bed here pretty soon. But thank you guys. I'm back on YouTube. Thank you all for listening to my real life update, what I've been doing. Really appreciate you guys checking out the live stream tonight, all the support and everything. Hopefully I see some of the people that I've seen in my past, from Elijah Marshall, Bionic Dog, anybody else that's checked out the channel since its real inception just over a year ago. Really would appreciate it if I could see some of those great faces back in the comment section. Anyway, this has been your boy Malin, and I'm out. Y'all have a good night.